I'm panicking.
Don't panic.
No, I am, because I'm going to lose my job.
Despite Mark Guehi scoring for Newcastle United, it was another uneventful game, as Eddie Howe's Newcastle are losing momentum.
Football can kill you. Will kill you a real death. You will die because of football.
So from revealing the surprising, shocking stats, to discussing the new Sandro Tonali role, to unveiling the huge attacking problem, is it time for Eddie Howe to go? As per, join us as we'll break down the 5 things we learned in Crystal Palace 1, Newcastle United 1.
Let's go!
So the first thing we learned was the attack's major concerns. One of the most pressing issues for Newcastle United this season has been their striking impotence, exemplified by their recent match against Crystal Palace, where the team failed to register a single shot on goal. This alarming statistic underscores the challenges facing Eddie Howe's side and raises significant concerns about their attacking capabilities. Joelinton, the Brazilian who was playing on the wing, appeared to be a shadow of his usual self, seemingly playing with caution as he navigated a disciplinary tightrope. His reluctance to engage in 50-50 challenges diminished his influence on the game, and he notably lost track of Munoz, who scored the equaliser for Palace. Having a 6.3 match rating, 0 goals, 0 assists, 0 shots on target, 0 chances created, 0 out of 3 crosses, 0 out of 5 dribbles, and 0 out of 8 ground duels won, being the first player to put up those numbers in a single PL game this decade. Then, while Anthony Gordon showcased clever movement that contributed to the first goal, he has been lacking the spark and confidence that made him a standout performer last season. After Alexander Isak's injury, he shifted into a more central role, but struggled to make a meaningful impact, offering little beyond his pressing. Having a 7.0 match rating, 0 successful dribbles, 40 touches, 18 accurate passes, 1 key pass, 1 accurate cross, and 5 out of 9 duels won.
A second away win in a row, but when you're denied all 3 points in the last minute like that, it must be a real tough one to take.
No, it's devastating. I actually think we played really well. Thought we defended really well. We were together and everything we done. It was a proper away performance. It's just that last little bit where I feel like if we want to be a top team, that can't happen. I think we've become the nearly men a bit too much this season, where we're nearly completing a game where we're playing well for 90 minutes, we're nearly scoring, playing well for 30 minutes, and then the other team will score, it'll throw us off track. I feel like we're just coming up short too much. I don't think we can do that too often if we want to be a top team. I feel like that's 2 massive games, the past 2 games where we've lost big opportunities.
What's the similarities in both games in a way, in terms of the performance being pretty good as you say, but maybe the final ball, the final action's not quite being there?
Yeah, exactly that. I think in the West Ham game we were very good for up until they scored. It was just a matter of time before we scored, then they scored, and it threw us off track, and we weren't good enough to win the game. And then again, I thought we were really good that whole game, just up until the goal. I don't know if it's concentration or I'm not sure, but that last little bit is just holding us back at the minute.
The free kick that you took the lead from, it was really well worked on. It looked like one that you had been working on quite a lot. Yeah,
it's a training ground one. We knew what we were doing. We knew it was coming in the game, and we could create a big opportunity from it, and we got a goal from it. So that's the biggest sort of respect to Jason and the set piece guys. But yeah, ultimately it didn't last long.
Yeah, I know it's probably hard to talk about now when it's only at 1 point, but at the time it certainly felt like a big moment, and the celebrations in that corner certainly looked like they meant a lot to you and to the fans.
No, it did. Like I said, to score something that you practice on was really good. Like I said, I thought we played really well, we defended really well, started the second half really well, which we don't do often enough. Everything was going well. So at the time it was a big moment, and it was great to celebrate with the fans.
And obviously a massive game in midweek now against the league leaders. What do you need to do differently, better, to try and take them on and try and get the 3 points on this occasion?
Well, the thing is with teams like Liverpool and Arsenal and City, we played both Arsenal and City, is if we do score, if we do go behind, we've got to understand that the game is not over. You just got to keep going right to the very end of the whistle, because them teams come and come and come again. That's their main strength. They create so many chances. But to be fair, against Arsenal and City, we've done that very well. I thought conceded early against City and kept going till the end. Against Arsenal, scored early, kept going till the end, and we got 2 great results. So hopefully it'll be more of the same against Liverpool.
And St James's Park under the lights, it's always a special place to play, something to look forward to.
Yeah, and I think the last game against West Ham can actually do us some good, because like I said before, it was a really good performance. And we've sort of had that experience now where we played really well but didn't finish the game off. So we need to put that right. We need to start like we always do at St James's, put them under pressure and really go for them and then maintain the performance.
Alexander Isak's early exit due to a hip injury actually compounded Newcastle's attacking woes. Prior to his departure, it's important to note that Isak, with only 4 touches and 3 accurate passes, had not made any significant contributions, leaving the team without a key attacking outlet. Harvey Barnes, with a 6.5 match rating, who came on for Isak, actually needs to improve his overall play. He had a few misplaced passes that handed possession back to Palace, highlighting a lack of cohesion in the attacking unit. There was a desire among fans for William Osula to take the striker role. Despite being brought in as a forward, he has yet to see significant action, raising questions about Howe's transfer and tactical choices. Ultimately, Newcastle's struggles in front of goal have become a recurring theme this season. Last year, the team was one of the league's most prolific, scoring 85 goals, only bettered by Manchester City, Arsenal and Liverpool. In stark contrast, they currently sit 4th from bottom in the league, with just 14 goals. When asked about the reasons for this decline, Howe acknowledged the difficulty of pinpointing an exact cause. It is a difficult one to answer because we haven't changed. I wouldn't say anything because you're always trying to evolve and improve, but we certainly haven't changed our attacking philosophy in any way. It's a difficult one for me to give you a clear, direct answer for, he stated. Howe remains optimistic, expressing confidence in his players' abilities to score and create opportunities. It is something we are of course aware of and will continue to work and improve. I back the players. I know we have players who can score goals and create. I've got no issue with the quality of players we have. As Newcastle seeks to turn around their fortunes, addressing their attacking inefficiencies will be crucial. The coming fixtures will be vital in determining whether they can regain their scoring form and compete effectively in the league. Then the second thing we learned was that Sandro Tonali shined in his new role in Newcastle United's recent match, whose display in the number 6-foot role drew attention, albeit with a mix of opinions on his overall impact. While some may describe his performance as brilliant or outstanding, there were certainly positive aspects that stood out, particularly his technical ability and work rate. Tonali's athleticism during transitions proved vital, allowing Newcastle to regain control quickly after losing possession. Additionally, his relentless running and pace during recovery runs distinguished him from other midfielders on the pitch. Tonali showcased his technical prowess through quick 1-2 passes, which were instrumental in setting up the opener. His ability to link play and maintain possession was evident, and his contributions in this area were encouraging for both fans and teammates. Having a 7.4 match rating, 1 out of 2 accurate long ball, 2 corners, 0 times dispossessed, 2 out of 3 tackles won, 1 block, 3 clearances, 1 interception, 3 recoveries, 5 out of 5 ground duels won, and 1 out of 2 aerial duels won. Manager Eddie Howe praised Tonali's performance, particularly from a defensive perspective. I thought Sandro was excellent. Certainly from a defensive viewpoint, he put out a lot of fires for us, said Howe. His athleticism in transitions is always important, and Bruno, I thought, played well as well. I think he will be pleased. Well, I'm pleased with the physical effort he gave. He covered every blade of grass for us. It's difficult when you make those structural changes to the team. This match marked the first time Tonali completed a full 90 minutes since returning from his 10-month ban. Despite the team's disappointing outcome, it was a significant step forward for the midfielder, who never stopped running throughout the game. As Newcastle evaluates their midfield options moving forward, it remains to be seen whether Tonali will continue in the deeper number 6 role. However, his performance in this match certainly positions him as one of the more impactful players on the pitch, suggesting that he can be a key asset for the team. His ability to blend technical skill with defensive diligence could be pivotal as the team looks to address their attacking struggles and improve their overall performance in the league. Then moving on to the 3-man wall. So while the draw may have felt somewhat fortuitous, the contributions from Newcastle's defense played a crucial role in securing a point. Nick Pope was instrumental in keeping Newcastle competitive throughout the game. He made several key saves, particularly after Guehi's own goal, which initially put Newcastle ahead. However, he will likely be disappointed to have been beaten at his near post by Munoz's header in stoppage time, a goal that ultimately cost the team 2 points. Despite this late lapse, Pope's overall performance was vital in ensuring the team remained in contention. Having a 7.1 match rating, 0.93 expected goals on target faced, minus 0.07 goals prevented, 15 accurate passes, 3 accurate long balls, 1 diving save, 2 saves inside the box, once acting as a sweeper, 7 throws, 3 high claims, 7 recoveries. Fabian Schär delivered a solid performance in defense. Aside from a few stray diagonal passes, he looked largely untroubled throughout the match. His defensive composure was evident, and he made a crucial last-ditch tackle to deny Mateta, showcasing his ability to read the game and make timely interventions. Schär's presence added stability to the backline, contributing to Newcastle's defensive efforts. Having a 7.3 match rating, 75 touches, 10 passes into the final third, 7 accurate long balls, 0 times dispossessed, 100% tackles won, 1 last man tackle, 3 blocks, 5 clearances, 2 headed clearances, 2 interceptions, and 3 recoveries. Dan Burns' performance was a highlight, demonstrating the strength and reliability that was missed in previous matches, such as against West Ham. He was imperious throughout the game, rarely putting a foot wrong. His block against Munoz was particularly noteworthy, exemplifying his defensive prowess. Burn also won most of his duels against Mateta, asserting his physicality and command in the aerial battles. Having a 7.6 match rating, 6 clearances, 1 clearance off the line, 1 blocked shot, 1 interception, 3 tackles, 0 times dribbled past, 59 touches, 44 out of 47 accurate passes, meaning a 94% passing accuracy, 1 out of 1 accurate long ball, 3 out of 4 ground duels won, and 3 out of 7 aerial duels won. Overall, while the draw may have been seen as a lucky escape, the defensive unit, led by Pope, Schär, and Burn, played a key role in holding the fort. Their performances ensured that Newcastle secured a point, and with continued defensive resilience, the team can look to build on this foundation in upcoming fixtures. The challenge now lies in translating this defensive stability into more consistent offensive output as they navigate the rest of the season. Speaking after the game, Eddie Howe said,
A point, but clearly huge disappointment right at the end there.
Yeah, very tough to take at the end because we were so close. Now the game's never over, but I felt we'd done enough at that moment to have won the game. I think we'd defended really well during the game. Nick's had a couple of saves to make, but I think the lads really committed to everything we asked them to do. Our shape was good. We were disciplined, wholehearted. But the game's always one moment away from turning, and unfortunately for us, it turned against us.
You always need that second goal, ideally, don't you, to take some of the pressure off, because you just can't let your concentration slip for a second.
Well, ideally you do, yeah, but if you can't get the second goal, don't concede one. Easy to say, of course, but successful teams are built on winning 1-0, and our defensive performance today gave us real heart, I think, because away from home we showed that we've still got our resilience, and our stability within our defending was very, very strong. I think it was some really good individual performances, and our attacking performance was a strange one as well, because I thought we were decent with the ball. We moved the ball up the pitch really well, but we sort of stopped towards their box. We missed the cutting edge that we had for all of last year, and for whatever reason it's just deserted us at the moment, but I'm sure that will come back, and so there's a lot of good parts of our display today.
I suppose in terms of the attacking intent, when you lose Alex Isak after 20 minutes or so, you're always going to suffer. I mean, what was the thinking behind the sort of reshuffle? Is that because Callum Wilson is just feeling his way back into full fitness after so long out?
Yeah, Callum Wilson's not trained a great deal with the team, so I've got to be very careful how much I expose him to minutes. Now, the minute I put him on the pitch, I'm basically committing him to those minutes unless I take him off again, but then I'm using substitutions up before I want to, so decided not to put him on for his own benefit and for our benefit, to try and keep him fit, limit his minutes and try and build him up slowly.
It's good that he is coming back though. How is Alex Isak?
I don't know at this moment in time. It looks like he's got a knock. I don't think it's a muscle problem, which is good news for us. Hopefully he can recover quickly.
The goal that you did score, it was a really, really well worked set piece. which I suppose it puts the spotlight on the work that you do on the training ground when they pay off like that.
Yeah, really good from Jason, from Jason Tyndall, obviously Kieran Taylor. They do a lot of work with our set plays, and that's one that's come off. I'm delighted for them and delighted for the players who executed, because they're always the ones that have to deliver it. And I just really, for everybody, wanted that to be the winning goal. And yeah, disappointed with how we conceded that last attack. And I'm sure that will live with me now for quite a long time.
That said, it's a quick turnaround, isn't it? A game in midweek, it's a very difficult game for the league leaders, but an exciting opportunity at St James's Park under the lights.
Yeah, it is, and we always look forward to those games. I think we always have extra motivation. I think whenever you don't quite hit the levels and the results that you want, gives you extra incentives then to repay all our support. I mean, our supporters today were absolutely magnificent again for a difficult ground to get to, location-wise, a long way to travel. Big thank you to them, and I'm just sorry for them that we couldn't see the game out.
Then in terms of the fifth thing we learned, I would love to know what you learned. Be sure to tell us in the comments. Then finally, in a huge update that could either destroy or cement Newcastle's future, the Newcastle owners are about to be banned. If you would like to know more about that, click the video link on screen now.